Code A Group I, Code A Group. In the bottom right, in the red, losing that last game, he is
Gina Green Wings SOS.
We were not going to have Super do the same build as the last game. And speaking of which, over here in the upper left, in the blue, he is
MVP Super.
Well, I mean, that was a cool idea. I liked it a lot by Super. Definitely threw his opponent off guard. He's going to have an 11 gate here, which is pretty fast, which means he could just do 3 gateway pressure. Our observer highlighting that pretty clearly here. That it's a pretty different timing. 2 probes off there.
Yeah.
Or 2 supply off, I guess, technically speaking. Be like really technical, but.
We have the Chrono Boost continuing to come out here, and the gas being taken. And
do you like this idea to like rush out, you know, your tech a little bit faster on your opponent's map pick like this?
You know, it's hard to say with these two. They're both very good. I think it really just depends on what a lot of the build orders that are chosen here from the other player are. With these two, they're pretty hard to predict the way they're going to play. I didn't really think Super was going to do that on the map of his choice.
Yeah.
That was a pretty smart move. Even with SOS, I thought he had scouted it adequately. He was caught off guard by the efficacy of the rush.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Cybernetic score does come down here a little bit quicker. Now, also note, if SOS scouts him again, it would not look anything close to like the other build.
Yeah,
but he should at least identify, okay, the core is a little bit quicker here. What's going on? Wait a minute. Are you getting the core out a little bit quicker than me? What are you up to?
You know, back when it was always 4-gate versus 4-gate in Wings of Liberty, I would always hotkey my Cyber Core in PvP and click on their core and see the exact time on the number of its hit points, then click my hotkey to see how it's
smart. That's really smart.
That's how I used to always play PvP, because I know like exactly like how further ahead his core is.
That's really smart. It's one of these small things you can do. Okay, so we should see, oh, that's a little bit quicker, isn't it? That's a little bit weird. Now, if I'm SOS, I think probably going for the defensive route here.
Really want to see if he's chrono boosting that core. Okay, he is. And the probe should have been able to see that, unless he waited until the probe left, because we didn't really get to see long enough there.
When you do a rush like this, he's going to throw up more gateways. What you want to do is you want to get that first warp in out, and then you hit them, and while they're warping in, you just do too much damage and you end the game.
Yeah. He's making a sentry with this again. We saw this basically same build in the previous processor he played it. Made this very same pylon. It's starting to look about the same. This is the build that he used in Game 2. Didn't end the game, but it's very aggressive. And SOS is going Twilight Council. If he tries to get Blink, he's definitely going to want to cancel that once he finds out what's coming his way, because he cannot. Blink is nowhere near going to be done by the time this attack gets starting hitting him at the front.
We have the Mothership Core just outside of where I think I'd say the important intel is. There's the pylon, and it looks like, is he going to turn it? No, he's going to see it.
Yep.
Okay.
But you know what? The Mothership Core is pretty far out. If he actually sticks around, the Warpin might actually... Yeah, I think he knows. He's like, well, if suddenly 3 Stalkers warp in, I don't want to be here.
If I remember from my previous game where my Mothership Core was actually hit by the Warp Rush. And he does have another Warp in, though, even closer here. Now, there is 1 Sentry. And he does lock out 1 Stalker. Although, so far, really nice. He's actually just going to run from the ramp. This is a pretty cool move.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't get all the way down there.
Doesn't escape, but like that's what you want to do, is see if you can get any information. Now, he's poised to actually not only set up a Nexus behind this, if that's his plan, but also has a Sentry here, could even contain a little bit.
Yeah. He's got a little bit of time to do that here. The Robo Tech here looking very healthy right now for Super. And from here, it's a tricky one for SOS. Super does have the initiative. Blink is coming, though. He does have to get back out here before Blink is done.
Exactly. That's a funny thing, because Blink is going to allow him to blink out, and he also has that forward pylon at his opponent's base that he's using right now. And this is a big problem. He's attacking the natural of Super right now. And he's going to kill this Stalker, and now this is really awkward. What he's going to do, he has to warp in at home. But he's warping in Zealots because he can't afford anything else. The Immortal's not out yet, so he's actually going to pick these Zealots off for free. Immortal will eventually hold just 3 Stalkers,
look at this. He's actually popped down here and he's taking out that pylon over there now. And SOS's Stalker Rush is beginning to commence here. And look at this. He can catch these units over here as they're coming around.
Yep.
And there's, oh God, there's really not much at all that he can do here.
Blink is about to finish too, so you might even be able to catch those sentries. Sentries are like running around on the edge anyways.
Yeah, they're completely isolated. Until they get back home, they're not useful at all. Oh, and I think we're going to have those sentries get caught up here at the top.
Yep, they get caught and blunked.
Well, yep, there you go. We catch the end of that. Okay.
Well,
so
I mean, this Immortal is basically food for the Stalkers by itself like this.
Well,
he needs a second one.
Yeah, the problem is yeah, the Immortal without the Stalkers there means the Stalkers just blink around it. Oh, nice blink there. Nice force field, then nice blink. The second Immortal coming out here, and he's going to get a Warp Prism. Meanwhile, we have the Stalkers continuing to be warped in. And now the Warp Prism was smart there since he is contained. The Warp Prism for Super, that is.
Yeah, because his opponent has a Nexus up.
Oh, he's got to be careful with this. Obviously, Immortal's very good against Stalkers, but there's not enough backup here with the Immortals to make this effective.
If he gets force fielded out with those 2 Immortals, that's like game over.
Yeah.
You cannot have those on the edge and get those trapped out. And I think he knows this. That's why he's staying up there. This is smart, the elevator tactic here. If he gets caught, though, he's seen it. He force fields as well, catches the sentries for free, and now he can just target down those Immortals. Easy peasy, blinks on top here. And that is a huge catch right there.
And actually now getting the Warp Prism. Warp Prism barely getting out with that Immortal.
Still so much damage done to it that it's you know, crippled quite heavily. Now he just continues to warp in Stalkers.
I mean, he could keep attacking here.
He could just blink forward again.
Yeah, or he can do this as well.
He can kite. There's the blink, though, instead. Now just kites back against the Zealots. And there's just not enough Stalkers, and the Stalkers that are there don't have blink. Good micro here.
Yeah, really nice control. Well, he just knows his Stalker count's just greater. He just has to blink back to the injured ones. He has another warp in here. And that's it. GG.
He knows he doesn't have a Nexus. SOS has 2 bays.
Really, really beautiful handling there by SOS. When he force fielded out the sentries from Super, and then he got there and got the Immortal and then chased out the Warp Prism. I mean, that was so smart. He knew when to blink forward. He knew when to blink backwards.
His scout on the elevator with that sentry was so smart to send the Phoenix over there to see if anything was being dropped out. That was actually like a game-winning move. When he saw those Immortals getting dropped, that's exactly when he knew, okay, got a force field here, and I'll kill those Immortals. And that was a game winner right there.
SOS moves out first today. Super's not done, though. He's going to be here in our 5th best of 3.
Against either a Protoss or a Terran.
Yeah. And we're going to be going to that match after this short